Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss few more exercises of the endocrine glands, right? Here just let us you see, find the odd one out: pituitary, thyroid, pancreas, adrenal and thymus. Here the odd one out is adrenal and thymus, right? Thymus, it may be because thyroid, all right, it is adrenal and thymus. Next, GH, ACTH, MSH, LTH, LH, FSH and TSH. In this, the odd one out is MSH, right? Third, mineralocorticoids, testosterone, estrogen, epinephrine and glucocorticoids. Here, the odd one out is epinephrine and glucocorticoids. Next, Graves' disease, Addison's disease, cretinism, myxedema and iodine deficiency goiter. Here, the odd one out is myxedema and iodine deficiency goiter. Steroids, cortisol, testosterone, adrenaline, prolactin. Here the odd one out is steroids. Vasopressin, growth hormone, TSH, ACTH, FSH. Here odd one out, growth hormone. Goiter, dwarfism, acromegaly, cataract. Cataract is odd one out. Here ADH, TSH, NADP, ACTH. Odd one out is NADP. Adrenal gland, liver, thyroid gland, pituitary. Odd one out is liver. Cortisone, somatotropin, adrenocorticotropic hormone, vasopressin. Here odd one out is cortisone. Carbonic acid, acetic acid, benzoic acid, boric acid. Odd one out is carbonic acid. Saliva, bile, sweat, tears. Tears is odd one out. Cretinism, myxedema, simple goiter, acromegaly. Here odd one out is acromegaly. Oxytocin, insulin, prolactin, progesterone. Odd one out is oxytocin. Now here state whether the following statements are true or false. If false, rewrite the correct statement by changing the bold or dark words only. Right? Hormones are secreted directly into the organs. Statement is false. Hormones are secreted directly into the blood. Right? What is the correct statement? Hormones are secreted directly into the blood. Next is acromegaly is caused because of the hyposecretion of GH in childhood. It's false. Acromegaly is caused because of the hypersecretion of GH in adult. Next, thyroid gland is known as master gland of the body. False statement. It is false or the wrong statement. Pituitary gland is known as the master gland. Which gland? It is not thyroid gland. It should be pituitary gland is known as master gland of the body. Next, the pituitary gland is both exocrine and endocrine in function. False. Pituitary gland, the exocrine, it is pancreatic gland. Pancreas is both exocrine and endocrine in function because it has both islets of Langerhans secreting insulin and glucagon and somatostatin and pancreatic juices also secreted. So pancreas is a exocrine and endocrine gland that is also known as heterocrine glands, right? Alpha cells of pancreas secrete insulin. False. Alpha cells of pancreas secrete glucagon. Alpha cells of pancreas secrete glucagon. Cretinism is caused due to the deficiency of adrenaline. It is false. Cretinism is called due to the hyposecretion of thyroxine. It is caused due to the hyposecretion of thyroxine. Answer the following question. Name the endocrine cells present in the pancreas. It is islets of Langerhans. Name two hormones secreted by the above mentioned cell, insulin and glucagon. Mention one main function of each hormone. Insulin, it converts extra glucose into glycogen. Glucagon, it converts glycogen into the glucose. Name the cells of the testes that produce the male hormone. They are interstitial cells. Which cells are? They are interstitial cells. Complete the following sentence with appropriate words. The secretion of endocrine glands are called hormones. What they call? The secretion of endocrine glands, they are called hormones. The organ influenced by hormones are called target organ. The organs influenced by hormones are called target organ. Glands are partly exocrine and partly endocrine. It is pancreas. What it is? It is pancreas. Pancrease, pancreas or pancreatic gland. Pancreatic glands are partly exocrine and partly endocrine. Adrenal is called the gland of emergency. What it is? Adrenal is called gland of emergency. Testosterone is secreted by interstitial cells of the testis. Testosterone is secreted by the interstitial cells of the testis, right? Deficiency of insulin causes diabetes mellitus. Pancreas is a temporary endocrine gland, maybe pancreas, maybe gonads, that is testis or ovary, they are temporary endocrine gland. PTH controls calcium and phosphorus balance. PTH controls calcium and phosphorus balance. Hyposecretion of thyroxine causes cretinism in children and myxedema in adults. Cretinism in children and myxedema in adults. Relaxin is secreted by ovary. Intermediate lobe of pituitary secretes the hormone MSH, that is melanocyte stimulating hormone. I hope it is clear. MSH means melanocyte stimulating hormone. Now define the following. For this, just see it here. Under the define, first, acromegaly. It is gorilla-like appearance due to disproportionate growth of some body parts because of the oversecretion of growth hormones in adult. I hope it is clear. Next, dwarfism. Small-sized individuals produced because of the deficiency of growth hormone from anterior pituitary. Endocrine gland. Ductless glands that secrete hormones are called endocrine glands. Hyperglycemia. Higher glucose level in the blood, it is called hyperglycemia. Target organs, site of action of hormone. The hormone where they are acting, they are known as target hormones. Right? Now the next comes your differentiate exocrine gland and endocrine glands. Now see here, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands, glands with duct. Endocrine glands, ductless gland. Endocrine glands, they secrete hormones. Exocrine gland, they secrete enzymes or other useful substances. Endocrine glands, their secretions always act away from the site of secretion. Exocrine gland, their secretion act away or at the site of secretion, both are there. They are always away from the site. They may be, they may not be. Secretions are transported by way of blood. Here, secretions are transported by way of ducts. Example, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland. Here, sweat gland, sebaceous glands, etc. Second is your hormone and enzyme. Yes, hormone and enzymes. See here, hormones and enzymes. Hormones are secreted by endocrine glands. Enzymes are secreted by exocrine glands. Hormones generally act away from the site of secretion. Enzymes act where these are secreted. Enzymes are always proteins. Hormones may or may not be protein. They may be steroids also. Anything, it might be there. Now your next one is nervous and hormonal control. Nervous and hormonal control. See here, this is your nervous, endocrine control, hormonal control, they are one and the same thing. Nervous control, they works by the conduction of nerve impulse. Endocrine hormonal control works by the release of chemical messengers, the hormones. They work very rapidly, they work slowly. Nervous control, nerve impulses conducted through nerve fibers. Endocrine gland, this hormonal control, hormones travel through bloodstream. They affect the nerve impulses, which are short-lived. It has prolonged effect. Information is directed to a specific part. Here, information is spread throughout the body by the blood cell. It has no effect on the growth. It affects the growth. It does not influence chemical changes and cannot regulate metabolism. Here, it brings about specific chemical changes and it also regulates the metabolism. Right? Now, the next one, dwarfism and cretinism. Yes, dwarfism and cretinism. Now, see, in dwarfism, they are caused due to deficiency of growth hormone. Cretinism, it is caused due to the malfunctioning of thyroid in children. It is characterized by stunted growth and poor sexual development. It results in retarded physical and mental development, short hand, feet, and pigeon chest. I hope it is clear. Now the next, gigantism and acromegaly. See here, gigantism and acromegaly. Gigantism, it is caused due to oversecretion of growth hormone or steroid STH hormone, whereas acromegaly, it is caused due to oversecretion of growth hormone. Gigantism characterized by growth of long bones resulting in abnormal height, whereas acromegaly is characterized by gorilla-like appearance due to disproportionate growth of some body parts. Due to disproportionate growth of some body parts, right? Next, mucoidism, and adrenal virilism. The failure to produce testosterone leads to mucoidism. Failure to produce testosterone leads to mucoidism, whereas adrenal virilism, excess of male sex hormone, that is androgens in female, that causes adrenal virilis, that is presence of beard and mustache. Acromegaly and cretinism symptom. See, acromegaly, gorilla-like appearance due to disproportionate growth of some body parts. Symptoms only up to cretinism, retarded physical and mental development, short hand, feet, and pigeon chest. Diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus. Diabetes mellitus, it is caused due to undersecretion of insulin hormone, whereas diabetes insipidus, it is caused due to undersecretion of antidiuretic hormone. Vasopressin and insulin deficiency disorder. See, vasopressin, its deficiency causes diabetes insipidus. Insulin deficiency causes diabetes mellitus. As I hope it is clear. Insulin deficiency disorder, it causes diabetes mellitus, whereas vasopressin deficiency causes it causes the diabetes insipidus. I hope it is clear. Now the next, comment on the following. Comment on the following. Pituitary gland is the master gland of the body. Pituitary gland is master gland of the body as it releases many hormones that control other endocrine glands. I hope it is clear. Adrenaline is known as hormone of emergency. Adrenaline is called hormone of emergency hormone because it is secreted at the time of stress or strain, requiring energy to overcome the emergency. People living in hilly regions usually suffer from simple goiter. Yes, water in the hills in which they drink is deficient in iodine. So, due to the scarcity of iodine in their diet, they suffer from simple goiter or swelling of the thyroid glands. What do you mean by heterocrine gland? Name the various heterocrine glands. Heterocrine glands are those glands which secrete hormones, also perform some other function. These are pancreas, gonads, gonads means testes and ovary, lining of the alimentary canal, kidneys, placenta, etc. How are the following disorders are caused? How are the following disorders are caused? See, kidneysm, it is caused due to malfunctioning of thyroid in children. Addison's disease, it is caused by the deficiency of mineralocorticoids and glucocorticoids hormones. Acromegaly, it is caused by the oversecretion of growth hormones. Oversecretion of growth hormones in adults. Diabetes insipidus, undersecretion of antidiuretic hormone. Dwarfism, deficiency of growth hormone. Some women develop facial hair. What may be the cause for it? Excess of male sex hormone, that is androgens in female, secretion of that results in developing the facial hair in the woman. There are two kinds of diabetes, mention their symptoms and causes: diabetes insipidus and diabetes mellitus. Symptoms: large quantity of the water is lost along with the urine, but glucose is not excreted. Here, glucose is excreted along with the urine. Cause: it is due to undersecretion of insulin hormone, whereas diabetes insipidus, it is due to undersecretion antidiuretic hormone. What is the chemical nature of hormones? They are organic compounds of diverse nature and are soluble in water. Chemically, some are proteins, some amino acids, some steroids, and so on. It might be there. Okay. Now here we have discussed here what do you mean by endocrine, what are the endocrine states. Some women have two kinds of diabetes. Now what is the chemical? In the form of table, explain the hormones secreted and functions of fully endocrine glands present in the human body. Now here you see the glands. Here you are asked the table hormones secreted and functions. Hormones and functions. Now see here, you have pituitary gland. It is found attached to the brain. It stimulates follicle stimulating hormone. Its function: it stimulates spermatogenesis in male, growth of ovarian follicle in female, induces testosterone secretion in male. Luteinizing hormone, it's a protein, ovulation and secretion of estrogen and progesterone in female. Somatotropic, it regulates protein metabolism and growth of bones. Prolactin controls development of milk glands. Adrenocorticotropic hormone stimulates secretion of hormones of adrenal cortex. Thyrotropin protein, it stimulates secretion of thyroid gland. Middle lobe, these are the hormones secreted by anterior lobe. Now by the middle lobe, melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH, it controls the skin color. Melanocytes means melanin pigment in the skin, that is controlled by posterior one. Oxytocin, vasopressin, it regulates uterine contraction and release of milk and reduces loss of water in urine. Thyroid gland, it's present in the neck, on the sides of the trachea, just below the rings. It secretes thyroxine and calcitonin. Thyroxine, it regulates oxidation of food, basal metabolic rate controls, and differentiation and metamorphosis during development. Calcitonin, it controls calcium and phosphorus balance in the blood plasma. Adrenal gland, adrenal cortex secretes glucocorticoids, cortisol, and cortistrone, that are the steroids. They regulate carbohydrate, fat, and protein metabolism. Mineralocorticoids and aldosterone, they control salt and water metabolism. Sex corticoid steroids, they produce necessary sexual characters. Adrenal medulla, it secretes adrenaline and noradrenaline. It whip on the means the metabolism in the emergency by increasing heartbeat, blood pressure, respiratory rate, blood sugar level, that all controls by it. Pancreas secrete insulin It controls carbohydrate metabolism, means excess of glucose changes into glycogen. Glucagon, release of sugar from the, means if in the blood the concentration of sugar goes down, then the glycogen stored in the liver that changes into glucose and mixed up in the blood and maintains the sugar level in the blood. Somatostatin hormone, it inhibitor of the growth hormone insulin and glucagon. मतलब इंसुलिन कब सीक्रेट होना है, कब नहीं होना है, ग्लूकोगन कब सीक्रेट होना है, कब नहीं होना, उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए सोमेटोस्टैटिन प्रोटीन हार्मोन प्रेजेंट रहता है. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. Now the next one, you had it here. Chemical use हो गया. Describe the hormone. Describe the hormone and functions of the adrenal medulla. Why are they called glands of emergency? That we have already told it here. Functions of aldosterone. How is what I was saying. Okay, the given diagram in outline human body states certain position in the diagram. Name the parts labeled 1 to 5. Name the hormone released by 1 and influences the working of 2. Okay, now this exercise I'll continue it later. Now just you go through this page 1. Next, I'll go in the next video. Give the biological reason for the following. Say, some women have facial hair like the bird and moisture we have already due to increase in the level of the androgens secreted in men, that is a secondary sexual level cutter. Now here, match the following with the chemical. Cretinism, the first one, that is in children, hyposecretion of thyroid. Diabetes insipidus, hyposecretion of the vasopressin. Exophthalmic goiter, that is hyposecretion of thyroid. Adrenal vasorum, fourth one, that is the hyposecretion of adrenal cortex. Dwarfism, hyposecretion of growth hormone, same as we have already discussed. Now the diagram below represents the endocrine gland of the human body. Study the diagram. Identify the endocrine gland, where it is located. It is the pituitary gland attached to the hypothalamus. Why is the above gland referred to as the master gland? Because it controls the functions, secretes the hormone that control the functions of other endocrine glands present in your body. Name the hormone which is deficiency causes diabetes insipidus. We have already discussed a lot. How does this disorder differ from the diabetes mellitus? See, mellitus is caused due to the hyposecretion of the insulin, due to which excess of glucose given in the urine. And explain the term hormone, that you know only hormones are the organic compounds which functions as chemical messengers and are produced by the direct bloodstream. They function away from the site of the origin, affecting targeted organ. Which lobe of the above secret? Oxytocin, posterior lobe. ACTH, anterior lobe. Growth hormone, anterior lobe. I hope this is clear. Now describe the hormones and functions of adrenal medulla. Why are they called glands of emergency? Now here you see the answer here. Describe the function adrenal. Why are they called the glands of emergency? See, adrenal medulla secretes two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. The main functions: whip of metabolism. Whip of metabolism means slows down, wind up of metabolism in emergency, not always. That is, wipe up the metabolism means slows down the metabolism in emergency by increasing heartbeat, blood pressure, respiratory rate, blood sugar level, etc. They are called glands of emergency because it is released into the blood in greater amounts during highly emotional state such as fear or anger. It increases the heartbeat, blood pressure, respiration and suppresses the digestive process. डाइजेशन प्रोसेस को वो कम करता है और बाकी प्रेशर, जैसे अचानक से है, कहीं कोई अचानक एक्सीडेंट हो जाता, कोई अनयूजुअल हैपनिंग्स होती, उस वक्त जो ये एड्रेनलिन हार्मोन सीक्रेट होता है और इसका मेन फंक्शन है कि बॉडी को शॉक्स और एब्जॉर्प्शन से बचाए, to save the body various physiological conditions so that the person was not supposed to be harmed at all. Now describe the hormones of thyroid and adrenal glands, mention its function. Two questions I have combined it here. Now see, hormones of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, it secretes hormone thyroxine. It regulates oxidation of food, basal metabolic rate, differentiation and metamorphosis, right? Calcitonin, it controls calcium and phosphorus balance in the blood plasma. Now adrenal cortex, adrenal gland Under adrenal gland, two parts are there, adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Now, adrenal cortex, it secretes hormone cortisol and corticosterone. It regulates carbohydrate, fat, and protein metabolism. Aldosterone, it controls salt and water metabolism. And adrenal androgen, it produces accessory sex character. And adrenal medulla, it secretes adrenaline and noradrenaline that we have discussed earlier also. It whip up means bind up some means slows down the metabolism in emergency by increasing heartbeat, blood pressure, respiratory rate, blood sugar level, etc. Same as we have discussed earlier the functions of the adrenal medulla, right? Now describe the functions of aldosterone. What is aldosterone? Aldosterone is the hormone secreted by the adrenal cortex. It is secreted by the adrenal cortex. It regulates mineral metabolism, mainly sodium and potassium. They help regulate our body pressure by managing the levels of sodium and potassium in our blood and impacting blood volume. It increases reabsorption of sodium in the renal tubules and it helps in raising the sodium chloride content of the blood. I hope it is clear. It regulates mineral metabolism, mainly sodium and potassium. The levels of sodium and potassium in our blood are impacting blood volume. It increases reabsorption of sodium in the renal tubules. It helps in raising the sodium chloride content of the blood. Right? How is water and salt balance maintained in the body? Aldosterone controls salt and water balance in the body, as I discussed here. Same answer there for this question. Also, only the way of asking is different. Right? Okay. Now here we are continuing with this. Name the hormone that releases how is water salt balance maintained in the body. We have already discussed. Now name the hormone that releases glucose into the blood. The hormone that releases glucose in the blood, it is glucagon. What it is? It is glucagon. Now the given diagram in an outline human body shows the position of certain organs. Name the parts labeled 1 to 5 that we have shown you. Name the hormone released from 1 that influences the working of 2. 1 is your pituitary gland, working of 2, that is the thyroxine. So which hormone of pituitary gland stimulates thyroid gland, that is thyrotropin or thyroid stimulating hormone TSH, right? Now the part labeled here, see, part 1 is pituitary gland, part 2 is thyroid gland, part 3 is your pancreas, and part 5, it is above the kidneys, it is adrenal gland, and part 4, it is the testis. Now how do part labeled 3? Labeled 3, it is pancreas, differs from labeled 1 and 2. 1 and 2 means pituitary, means how pancreatic gland is different from pituitary gland and thyroid. Pituitary gland and thyroid gland, they both are endocrine gland, whereas pancreas, it is both endocrine gland as well as exocrine gland, because islets of Langerhans, a group of cells present in pancreas, they secrete insulin and glucagon that control the insulin. Excess sugar changes into the glycogen stores in the blood. Glucagon, if in your blood sugar goes down, then glycogen stored in the liver, it changes into glucose, mix up in the blood and maintains the sugar. Besides that, pancreas secretes pancreatic juices. Through pancreatic duct, the goes into the duodenum that helps in digestion. So it is different from 1 and 2. Name the endocrine cells present. The endocrine cells, they are known as islets of Langerhans. They are known as islets of Langerhans. What will happen if the part label as 4 is removed? If testis is removed, the person will not be able to reproduce. The process of reproduction will be affected. If the testes are removed, no formation of sperms, no reproduction occurs. Name the hormone released by part 5. Part 5 is your adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, though we have already discussed here, adrenal gland, they secrete the hormones. It is cortisol aldosterone, androgen, adrenaline, noradrenaline. Right? You can see it earlier also. Why the part labeled 1 called master gland, and which part of the forebrain controls the gland labeled and the part which control, that is the cerebrum. Cerebrum say if the pituitary gland present in the cerebrums control the pituitary gland present in the brain, it is known as the brain anterior lobe, middle lobe, and posterior lobe. It controls the working of sometimes it is called the master gland because it controls all other glands, means entire other glands of the endocrine glands. They work in the supervision of the hormones secreted by the pituitary gland. This pituitary gland, it is supposed attached to the hypothalamus of the brain, and through this its secretions are affected. Name the gland that secretes emergency hormone. It is adrenal gland. Now, given alongside the outline of the human body, redraw the name same, and then place the following in the correct way. See thyroid gland. You can see the position of the thyroid gland in the neck. Windpipe. This is your windpipe, right? Diaphragm. You can see the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. This is your diaphragm. This is your windpipe. This is your thyroid gland. This one. Diaphragm is this, windpipe is this one, and diaphragm is this. Right and left lung, see this is the right and this is the left lung. Right and left kidney, these position. यहाँ पे जो ये कर्व है, इस कर्व के पास से होती हैं ये किडनी, और किडनी के ऊपर ही एड्रिनल ग्लैंड. एज यू कैन सी द पोजीशन ओवर हियर. ये किडनी, इसमें किडनी की पोजीशन गलत बनी है. किडनी की पोजीशन इस जगह होती है जहां पर ये आपके बॉडी का कर्व है, बस ठीक उसी के पीछे किडनी होती है. राइट? नेम द हार्मोन प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द थायराइड ग्लैंड एंड स्टेट इट फंक्शंस इन द बॉडी. It is thyroxine. Whatever it regulates the basic metabolism of the body. What would a child suffer from if there was hyposecretion of this gland? If there is a hyposecretion, then the child will suffer from myxedema. The child will suffer from myxedema. Tropic hormones, that is we have already the pituitary gland. Hormone that you already know. Hormone, an organic compound that acts as a chemical messenger and secreted by an endocrine gland having a specific effect on a special tissue. An organic compound that acts as a chemical messenger and secreted by an endocrine gland having a specific effect on a specific tissue. Diabetes insipidus, that we have already discussed earlier, that diabetes insipidus, it is vasopressin hormone. Insipidus occur, loss of water in the urine that occurs, it's a function, it is by the vasopressin hormone, it's by the posterior lobe of the state. Name the hormone which led to the condition. Diabetes mellitus, deficiency of the insulin. Growth of bird in the woman, that is adrenal androgen when secreted in women. Myxedema, that is the hyposecretion of thyroxine. Again, gigantism, it is the growth hormone. Exothalamic goiter, that is the thyroxine, hypersecretion of the thyroxine. Now, given below is the statement, question followed, choices are means the insulin is secreted by beta cells of the pancreas. Insulin is secreted by beta cells of the pancreas. Give the technical biological term for the following. Hormone which stimulates other endocrine glands to produce their specific function, that is the tropic hormone. And this tropic hormone, it is secreted by a pituitary gland. Hormones which regulate the secretion of other endocrine glands. Other and it is also a tropic hormone only. Way of asking is different, both the questions are same. Now complete the following table by filling in the brackets 1 to 10. Gland, testosterone, testes secrete testosterone. What is its function? Secondary sexual characters in male. Secondary sexual characters in male. Adrenal gland secretes adrenaline. It prepares the body for stress. Thyroid gland secretes thyroxine. It influences metabolism of the cell. Lacrimal gland, it secretes Lysoenzyme, it kills bacteria, lubricate the surface of the eyeball, and it cleans the eyeball so that it can function properly. That's why the tears comes through it. Pituitary gland, growth hormone, it controls the growth, right? Pituitary gland, growth hormone, controls growth. Main functions of the body. Name the hormone responsible. Increase in heartbeat, adrenaline. Maintenance glucose level in the blood, insulin. Converting glycogen to glucose, glucagon. Regulates basal metabolism activities, thyroxine. Ossification of bones, thyroxine. Prepares a body during emergency, adrenaline. Responsible for normal growth of the whole body, growth hormone. Regulates the functioning of the male and female reproductive organs. Male reproductive organs are regulated, testosterone, and female reproductive organs, estrogens. Increased absorption of water in the kidneys, that is the adenocorticotropic ADH hormone. Increased blood supply to the muscle, adrenaline se blood supply, and its detail you will study in 11th and 12th. Beta cells of pancreas, they secretes insulin. Beta cells of pancreas, they secrete insulin. Name the hormones, islets of Langerhans, insulin and glucagon. They secretes both insulin and glucagon. Name the pituitary hormone which stimulates contraction of uterus during childbirth. It is oxytocin. It is oxytocin. Give the exact location. Pituitary gland, it is present in the brain. Pituitary gland, it is present in the brain. Thyroid gland, it is present in the neck above the lungs. Here you can see thyroid gland. Now here, islets of Langerhans, you can see here, pancreas, islets of the adrenal gland, it is present above the kidney. Adrenal gland, ये आपके ये एड्रिनल, ये किडनी है और किडनी के ऊपर कैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, जैसे ये किडनी है ऐसे कैप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर जो होता है वो एड्रिनल ग्लैंड होता है. नाउ स्टडी द डायग्राम गिवन बिलो and then answer the questions below. Liver, glucagon, pancreas, they secretes glucagon and insulin. Name the cells of the pancreas that produce glucagon. Alpha cells, beta cells. Beta cells secretes insulin, alpha cells secretes glucagon. State the main function of glucagon and insulin. Glucagon changes glycogen into glucose. Insulin converts glucose into glycogen. Why is the pancreas referred as exocrine gland and endocrine? See, exocrine gland because it seeks pancreatic juice for digestion, and endocrine glands because it has the cells of islets of Langerhans. They secrete insulin and glucagon. And see alpha cells, beta cell and delta cell. Delta cells they regulate, मतलब कब आप इंसुलिन का सिक्रीशन होना है, कब इसको बंद होना है, ये जो कमांड होता है ये डेल्टा सेल से होता है. Why insulin is not given orally but injected in the body? Because if it is given orally, it will be digested. It will not go to the proper organ where it has to be active. What is the technical term for the cells of pancreas that produce endocrine hormone? It is islets of Langerhans. Where is the body? Where in the body is the pancreas located? It is located below in the loop of the duodenum. Duodenum present from the stomach the wall comes the first loop stomach के उसके बाद जो होता है उसमें उसी में पैंक्रियास लोकेटेड होता है. ये देखिए यहाँ पर, ये देखिए पैंक्रियास की पोजीशन है. ये किडनी से यहाँ से स्टमक, ये से स्टमक से जो ये पहला लूप आएगा वो इसमें इंडियस का किडनी की फॉर्मेशन होता है. ये आप इसमें आप देखो, ये देखिए ये स्टमक है, ये पैंक्रियास. स्टमक से ये देखिए ये लूप आया है आपका उसका, और इस लूप के बीच में ये आइलेट्स ऑफ लैंगरहैंस, ये पैंक्रियास है. ये पैंक्रियास की पोजीशन होती है ये, और उसके बाद फिर यहाँ पर ये अंदर चले जाते हैं. ये है आपका लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन और इसके अंदर ये स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. ठीक है. नाउ कंप्लीट द फॉलोइंग टेबल by filling the blanks 1 to 8 with appropriate terms. Thyroid gland secretion, thyroxine function, basal metabolic rate. Vasopressin, pituitary gland, increases the absorption of water. Vasopressin, it increases reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules, and this vasopressin also secretes the hormones. And here promotes glucose utilization. Body say it is by the adrenaline hormone secreted by adrenal gland, and adrenal medulla, it secretes adrenaline. It prepares the body for stress. Vasopressin, ये जो वेसोप्रेसिन इंक्रीजेस द रीअब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम द किडनी ट्यूबुल, यानी कि बेसिक ट्यूबुल्स और रीनल से एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ वाटर बैलेंस जो होता है वो एड्रेनल प्रमोट्स द ग्लूकोज यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ द बॉडी सेल. और जो ये वेसोप्रेसिन हार्मोन है आपका, ये वेसोप्रेसिन, इट ऑल्सो रिड्यूसेस द लॉस ऑफ वाटर इन द यूरिन. ये तभी इसका जो ये आपका फंक्शन दिया है, इट increases the reabsorption of water from the kidney tubules, right? Choose the correct answer from the option. The gland which secretes both hormone and enzyme, it is pancreas. Cretinism and myxedema, they are due to hyposecretion of hormone. Correct answer is hyposecretion of thyroxine. The next, gigantism and acromegaly. Gigantism and acromegaly, they are due to hyposecretion of growth hormone. One more about tetany. What is tetany? It is not given in your book. It is in the 11th and 12th book you have it. Tetany is the condition when low calcium and high phosphate levels are present. That condition is called tetany. What is tetany? Low calcium and high phosphate levels in the kidney. That is known as tetany. Now expand the following biological term. See, ACTH, thyroid stimulating hormone. ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. TCS, thyroid stimulating hormone. Choose the odd one out of the following terms given the name, the category to which they belong. ACTS, TSHS, FSH, ADH is odd one out. इंसुलिन दे हमने ये एडीएचएस में ये सारे एफएसएस, ये सारे पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड के हार्मोन हैं. Insulin, adrenaline, thyroxine, pepsin, it is an enzyme, rest are hormones, right? The diagram below represents the location and surface of an endocrine. Study the same and answer the following questions. See, name the endocrine shown. It is thyroid gland. This gland is there. This is this one. This is the gland. ये जो gland है आपकी, ये आगे से ऐसे, पीछे से ऐसे होती है, खुली पूरी बंद नहीं होती है. It is the thyroid gland. Name the secretion of the gland which regulates basal metabolism. It is thyroxine hormone. Name the mineral element required for the synthesis of the mention. It is iodine. Name the disease caused due to under secretion of the above mentioned hormone in children. I hope you know very well. Disease caused by the under secretion of thyroxine. When we ask about the under secretion of thyroxine, as you know already, it caused the Graves' disease or exophthalmic goiter. It is Graves' disease, exophthalmic goiter. That is the name the disease. Name the disease caused due to hypersecretion of the above mentioned hormone. Name the disease called under secretion and name is called hypersecretion. मतलब ज्यादा हो तब क्या होगा, कम हो तो क्या होगा. तब इसके लिए आपके दोनों ही होते हैं. थायरॉक्सिन के लिए हाइपोसिक्रेट ज्यादा होगी तो क्रेटिनिज्म मिक्सोडेमा, और अगर कम होगा हाइपर तो ग्रेव्स डिजीज और एक्सोथैलेमिक डिक्लोमा. ये है इसका. और इसका जो होता है ये है मिक्सोडेमा और क्रेटिनिज्म. ये डिजीज क्रेटिनिज्म मिक्सोडेमा ये होगी इससे, और ये इससे नहीं होगी, ये है इससे. Name the disease caused due to undersecretion of the hormone. It is creatinism myxoedema. Name the disease caused due to hypersecretion of the above mentioned hormone. It is Graves' disease, exothalamic goiter. Right? I hope everything is clear. Any doubt anywhere, you can ask me in the comment section. Again, we will meet in the next video. Thank you.